Hey guys, how's it going? This is Autobot JCB here again for another How to Transform video. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to transform the 2005 Transformers Cybertron Vector Prime. In addition to Vector Prime, I'm going to be showing you how to transform his partner Minicon Safeguard. Now, for a little bit of backstory on Vector Prime, he is an ancient Transformer that has the unique ability to actually travel downstream in the River of Time and upstream in the River of Time, thanks to his personal sword, which is called Wristling. I apologize if I mispronounced that. If memory serves, this was a sword that was actually created by Primus himself. I believe it was created as a secondary counterpart to the Matrix of Leadership, among other Cybertronian relics. I do know in the Cybertron series, Optimus and Vector Prime have used both the Matrix and Wristling together to open dimensional gates in order for them to get to where they need to go very quickly. Now, you'll notice that Vector Prime's vehicle mode is that of a huge starship. And if you look at some of the detail on here, it's just absolutely amazing. Like, I absolutely love the clockwork and gears. I love the brown, the blue, the gold, the white. I love all of these colors put together. They give it a lot of character. And I especially love that he's got like translucent or transparent solar sail or solar wings, whatever you want to call them. Now this piece right here, this is actually not, doesn't come out. It's just this piece right here where his sword is housed. If you look at the front of him, you'll notice that there is actually a missile mounted in there. And the trigger for that is right in front of the window for the bridge of the ship. And it will actually fire. It does actually fire pretty good. It's just a little transparent missile. And then you'll notice on the top there is actually this cutout right here with a Minicon port on it. What you can actually do with that is you can take Safeguard. You'll see that he's got a Minicon connector port right there. And you can actually mount Safeguard onto that, just like how Vector Prime has him in the Transformers Cybertron series. And you guys will, for those of you who are fans of my previous video where I covered the Transformers Cybertron Minicons, to be perfectly honest, I don't remember if I mentioned him in that video or not, but Safeguard was actually one of the 4 Minicons that was actually rescued by Vector Prime when they accidentally jettisoned an escape capsule from the planet Gigantian. So Safeguard, along with Jolt, 6-Speed, and Reverb are all from the planet Gigantian. One other thing you guys will notice is Vector Prime's Cyber Key. As far as my understanding goes, this is actually the only Cyber Key that has the Earth, Velocitron, Jungle Planet, and Gigantian emblems on it. And if you look right there, it's kind of hard to see, but there is a little Autobot symbol right there. And then if you turn it over, you'll see that there's kind of like what looks like a circuit board with the Autobot symbol on it. And then Vector Prime's key code is V38G. And as I've previously stated in my videos, you could take that code and type it into the Transformers site, and it would access different information. I believe it also access character bios as well, stats, strength, stuff like that. What I like about this key is not only the solid brown piece on it, which gives it some interesting color from the front, is that it honestly looks like a gear because of the clockwork, gear design of Vector Prime's vehicle mode and Vector Prime in general. Now, what you can actually do with this is you'll notice that there's a Cyber Key port right here above the piece that actually becomes Vector Prime's chest. When you insert it, you're supposed to get this like really neat techno sound because it is the activation of Vector Prime's tachyon shield. Unfortunately, I don't have batteries in this, so it won't make that sound. But you can actually do this with his key. You can actually put any key in any Cyber Key port, if I remember correctly. But anyway, so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to transform Vector Prime, and then I'll transform Safeguard, and I'll go over a couple of the features he has while he's in his alt mode. So for right now, we're going to move the Cyber Key and Safeguard off to the side, and we're going to bring Vector Prime back in first. Now, this is entirely optional, but if you want, before you transform him, you can remove his sword. I like to, so that way if it comes loose, it doesn't get bent or anything like that. But the first thing we're going to do is we're going to come right here, and we're going to flatten these sails just like this. We're going to do it on both sides, just like that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to flip them over, and we're going to grab right here and right here. And we're going to flip these all the way out straight behind him, because these are going to be Vector Prime's legs. And now what we'll do is we'll come here and we'll turn this and do that. Bring this down, flatten that, so that way those pieces are right against where his back will be. We'll go ahead and flip him up. Come down here and we'll flip these up 4 clicks. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there we have Vector Prime's legs already set to go. The next thing we'll do is we're going to take the entire front section of the ship, and it's actually set on a double hinge right here. So we're going to go ahead and pop that loose of these, so it just kind of hugs on these ridges right here in these ports. We'll go ahead and flip this all the way down and put that right against his back just like that. The next thing we'll do is we're going to go ahead and turn his head 180 degrees. And then we're going to bring up his shoulder armor. Now, his arms are actually pegged in right here, and here. So if you go ahead and pop that out, you'll see there's the pin right there, and the port is right there on his arm. And then he does have an elbow joint. It just really doesn't do very much. And then this armor piece will actually slide back. Mine doesn't click like it's supposed to, because it's an old figure. Which will reveal his hand. So we'll go ahead and unpeg that, bring it out, bend his elbow, and then slide up his armor just like that. And there we have Vector Prime. As you can see here, that was a very his transformation is actually pretty easy to do. And then, like I said, his cyber key, you're supposed to be able to put it right here and get a shield sound effect, but unfortunately I don't have batteries in this one. And then, of course, he has his sword, which can be stored on the backside of the ship, of the bridge of his ship, and then it can be mounted in his hand to give him a little bit of, to make sure he has a weapon, because he's going to need it. But anyway, so there's Vector Prime, and now we're going to set him aside, and I will show you Safeguard. So Safeguard's vehicle mode is also that of a little ship. Now, when he's actually in his vehicle mode like this, you can actually put him on Vector Prime's arm, just like he has him in the show, and he can be used as a wrist-mounted blaster. If you have him on the top of the bridge for Vector Prime's vehicle mode as well, he can also be used as a blaster. But anyway, so to transform Safeguard, it's actually pretty easy. What you do first is just go ahead and grab right here, and just go ahead and fold these out straight, just like what you did with Vector Prime. And fold those sections out straight. We'll go ahead and turn them over, and we'll flip these up just right there, because those are his feet. We'll take this section right here, go ahead and flip it back on its double hinge, and then you just bend up his arms, and Safeguard is ready to go. Pretty easy to transform. One thing I liked about the Transformers Cybertron series, especially in the last episode, was that even after Vector Prime unfortunately had quote-unquote died, spoiler alert for those of you who haven't seen the show I apologize. He was actually able to gift Optimus his sword, which Optimus was then able to use to defeat Galvatron. I really wish that they would have come out with a version of this sword that could be held by Optimus Prime. I'm sure there's somebody out there who has probably made a custom sword for the Cybertron Optimus Prime. If you guys know where maybe I can get one, I'd love to have one for my Optimus Prime, because I actually have him posed with Megatron. So I think that'd be kind of cool to actually be able to have Vector Prime's version of the sword and the version that Optimus could hold. But anyway, guys, so there is the 2005 Transformers Cybertron Vector Prime with his partner Minicon Safeguard. If you guys have any other ideas for other Transformers you'd like me to try and do, feel free to comment below, even hit that like and subscribe button and hit the notification bell, and I will do what I can to help you out as we go. Until then, bye.